Hey, this is Lola, but you can call me Lola if you like.
Hi, this is Velisa, and you can call me Vels if you want. And this is the Everybody Hates HR podcast, episode 88. What did they say at bingo? 2 fat ladies, 88.
I wouldn't be able to tell you. How many times have you been to bingo?
A few times, you know.
Really?
Yeah, there was
like the new ones, like the high jingo or that.
So I've done like the fun ones, but I went through a phase where I was actually going to, you know, Surrey Keys, where the Odeons, RIP to the Surrey Keys Odeon and stuff, where Hollywood Bowl and stuff is.
No, but who were you going with?
Oh, with my friends like Maury and that.
Nice.
Naya, yeah.
Love that for you guys.
It was good.
Sounds like it was great.
It was a blast, to be honest, with all the pensioners.
I've never been to bingo. I've only been to like the high jingo and all those kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've done those, but normal bingo is great.
I'm sure it's good. What's the other one we were looking at as well? It was like bingo. Anyway, doesn't matter. Before we get started, how was your week?
Yeah, it was fine. I went to Black Eats Fest, which was really good, and I really did eat my life away.
How good was it? Like, what did you have?
So I had something called Every Fish and Chips. Oh God, I can't remember the name, but it was like jerk fish with jollof rice.
I'm not really a fish person.
Chips, and it was really nice. And then I had Rack City, which was ribs. So I had like a brisket burger from there, and then I had jerk chicken from Jerk Village.
How long were you at this place?
Do you know what's funny? So we were there for the 12 to 4 session, and my friend that I went with is industry babe, so she knows the founder. So we came back for the 5 to 9 session, and in between we took an Uber boat. Like we just went around London on the Uber boat and came back to eat. And then I had the Ministry of Puff Puffs or whatever they're called.
Oh, do you know what? Somebody else that I know was there. They had that. They said it was really good.
Yeah, that's what I had for my dessert.
What flavour did you get?
Oh, I only like plain stuff, so I got the Puff Puff with cinnamon sugar. Yeah, and then I had rum punch. It was
sounds like a good time.
Oh, a time was had, you know. Oh, and there were a lot of black business stalls, and I got a How to Speak Tree book for my son.
Oh, cute.
So I'm giving it to his grandma on his Ghanaian side.
Cute. Look at me. Yeah. I went to another one of them, and there was a book. It was, I can't remember what the kids' names, but it was like these 2 kids and this, like, let's just say like Bola and Lola and the stupendous pot of okra soup, and it's all about like their mum wants to make okra soup and she doesn't have the ingredients, and the dad takes them to the market and they buy all the stuff, and then they all come back and make this. So it's really cool. I got it from my boyfriend's niece.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah. I've done nothing this week, but I'm going on holiday tomorrow.
You are jet setter.
Woo! I can't wait. One of my friends is getting married. I'm going to Portugal with some of my uni girls, and it's just going to be a well-deserved break. I'm going to run home after this and quickly like send all the final emails after sending them out of office. To be honest, it should have even been on from this afternoon.
It's true.
That's the mistake that I made. But otherwise, yeah, I'm really looking forward to just having a good time. But it says it's like 34 degrees. Or
is it?
Degrees now, but from Wednesday or tomorrow, it's going to be like 24.
That's nice.
No, not for me.
24 is perfect.
I would, for me, perfect is probably like 27, 28.
No, too hot.
Really?
24, 23 is perfect.
Like, because I'm like, I don't want weather that I can get in.
Especially a wedding, like you don't want it to be too hot.
Yeah. No, on the day of the wedding, I think 20. How was the temperature on your wedding day? That was nice because it was just like
it was 21 maybe, 22. It wasn't hot.
Yeah, for the wedding. Yeah, no, but when I'm out at the beach.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Like a 26.
That's true.
Anyway, so that's it. Also, I wanted to talk to you before we start talking about HR things. Last week we spoke about Selling Sunset.
We did.
I hadn't watched the latest season yet, and I'm partway through the latest season. And also, I'm following Chelsea's chatting on TikTok. I saw a clip of her with Jessie Boo, and I'm just like, anyone who watches Selling Sunset, I just think Brie is just awful.
Piece of work. Yeah.
No, I think she's awful. But then, do you know what? I think that's an unpopular opinion.
It is. I went on her Instagram and she's got loads of comments, like positive comments.
I went to the real place where you get real tea and real people's opinions, Reddit.
Oh, what people on Reddit say?
It's like, I wouldn't even say 50-50. Like, people don't like Chelsea.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, what? Interesting, right? Yeah, I don't know.
Because when you watch it, you can't really see, but obviously the storyline about Chelsea's husband cheating came out. It was Bree's friend that bought it. Then Bree kind of came to Chelsea as a woman or whatever. But they had spoken about it before the season started. And then Bree decided to bring it on camera. She said she didn't know the girl was going to bring it to like that. She was going to bring it like, oh, we feel sorry for her. But why you want to bring out her dirty laundry? And also, I think Bree is mad because she's really like, she's giving like, she's delusional because Chelsea said something about her family one time.
And that's it.
And she's been saying, like she's saying stuff like for a whole year, she dragged me.
Like she's so hard done by because of Chelsea.
She did all this stuff and people are comparing it. I'm like, no, Chelsea's life, it was like you brought something out about her, whereas you and Nick Cannon, everybody knows this already. That's why you're famous.
I don't like her.
Yeah, anyway, I felt very aggrieved by that.
Yeah, I think we should warn our listeners as well that over the next few weeks, we've got Married at First Sight starting this week. We have Love is Blind starting on the 2nd of October. So there will be a few updates coming in at the beginning.
We need a 15-minute spin-off that we record after.
Maybe on a Patreon. Anyway, we move. So yeah, HR world. I was actually trying to explain, sorry if I keep sniffing because I've got a cold, but I was actually trying to explain to Lola a story that I found earlier.
And I wasn't following.
Yeah, she wasn't following and she just kept saying, what? Oh. So I say these things because they are key. Okay, so a lesbian social worker has been awarded 55k after a council disciplined her for voicing transphobic views when a male colleague said his dog was gender fluid. Are you with me so far?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A man said that his dog was gender fluid and the woman voiced some concerns about that.
Yeah.
And the woman just so happens to be a lesbian.
Exactly.
Okay.
So her name's Elizabeth and she faced complaints after voicing gender critical views on a Zoom call for the LGBTQIA plus group at her local authority, which is Cambridgeshire County Council. So it came after one member said he identified his dog as gender fluid and put a dress on the dog to prompt a debate about gender at this meeting.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
This seems like a knob already.
So
I can't lie.
Elizabeth and another lesbian colleague were then reported for a really aggressive tone and their views on the dog being gender fluid, which was seen as transphobic.
What were their views? So
it's not very clear, but from what I've read, my assumption is that they just thought, are you okay? Like, why are you saying this dog is gender fluid? Like, it's a dog kind of thing, yeah. So they told Elizabeth that she was banned from contacting members of this group or attending meetings.
So
and the council where the LGBTQ,
like the ERG,
and because of this, she took them to tribunal for harassment, and she was awarded 55k and 8k in legal costs.
And why did she win?
Because wait, oh my gosh, I have so many thingies on here. She won because the judge said that she suffered because of her gender critical beliefs.
I'm so lost by the whole story. I'm so lost in the story. So I want to know I need to know what she actually said. And also, how can you have gender critical views on a dog? How can you have gender critical beliefs on a dog? I just don't understand it. Unless she's saying stuff like, it's not possible to be gender fluid, or it's not possible to be trans, it's not possible to be X, Y, and Z.
But what if she just said it's not possible for the dog to be gender fluid?
And I think that's an absolutely fair thing to say. If you like, drag me. Because a dog cannot voice like how do you know a dog is gender fluid? A person, fine, they can tell you what their thoughts and their feelings are. Come on. Do you know what? I'm gonna digress.
Go on.
As somebody who owned a dog, for many years, my dog died last year when she was 17. So obviously, having watched The Selling Sunset, I haven't got to the funeral part. I know it's coming, but
I was going to say, what did you do for your dog? Because
I've I've been watching. I think so basically, selling sunset back here. Mary and Jason have a dog together who basically dies this season. They are insane. I think you mentioned it last week. Like they put the ashes in ink and then got matching tattoos. You're a married woman. She said, crazy. Jason was like, this is the closest thing to a son we'll ever have. I'm like, Romain, come and get your wife.
Bearing in mind, Mary has a son. She actually has a child.
Yeah, this is the closest thing to a son we'll ever have, not you ever have. I just thought that was insane. And that is someone who has, their dog was 18. My dog was 17. No way. I can't, and I was really upset obviously when my dog died, but even people that get tattoos, no problem. But the way they were acting, like they were actual,
when they were crying, that was jokes. It looked like their face couldn't move.
You could actually cry.
The Botox is crazy.
Yeah, the Botox is mad. But crying is absolutely fine, isn't it? But her face was not moving. Oh my gosh. Anyway.
But gender fluid
dogs can't, I actually think that's insulting. But I don't understand how you could be called transphobic for that. But I do think it's interesting because it's like getting to a point where I just feel like they're using this awareness for nonsense, but getting to a place where you can understand that a lesbian person or a gay person can be transphobic is quite interesting. Because that's I think that, I said LGBTQIA plus is the BAME of
of grouping everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so I feel like before they would have said, someone's gay, someone's lesbian, someone's bisexual. They can't be transphobic.
Yeah,
which I think is obviously nonsense. Like you can be, but in this case, from the limited information, I just really don't understand how they got there.
What I find interesting is the kind of the flip of what you just said, which is that now tribunals are actually, and judges are saying, okay, well, that's their view. Like it doesn't mean that it's X, it's just their view. Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
As in, like, these people have said it was a transphobic view.
Yeah.
And now the judge is saying, no, it's just their view. Yeah. It's their view on gender and their view on gender fluidity, which you might not agree with,
but it is their view.
It doesn't mean that, it's a sackable offence, basically, which I think is interesting, as certain cases will come in based on the discrimination.
Remember when was there a priest or a caretaker?
Yes,
there was
it was
somebody,
very similar. Yeah,
but which way did it go?
I think he benefited
as well.
Yeah.
Okay, but I just remember there was who had certain views, but the fact that the judge is even saying that she had gender critical views or her gender critical beliefs is crazy to me, because we're talking about a dog. Unless I have to believe that there was more that went down in this conversation, because we are talking about a dog. If someone came to me and said my dog is trans, I'm going to say you're actually, I think that's an insult to actual trans people.
I just would say, okay, I'm not going to lie.
I might not say that. Actually, I probably would say something about it. But I think
are they? Okay.
If someone came to you, and said my dog is black, my dog is identified.
I know someone who says their dog is black. I'm just saying.
To be fair, my dog was black.
You see what I'm saying?
But my dog was black physically and was raised in a black household.
Like, you seen that dog? You seen that dog Lola? You seen that dog?
Yeah. She's Nigerian.
Exactly. Do you see what I'm saying? So
no, but I'm saying, like, if like a white person came and said my dog is black, or an Asian person came and said, I'm
going to say okay. I'm just going to say because
I just think it's a dog. Like it's just a nonsense.
Yeah, but she got 55k. Yeah,
good for her.
I mean, it's not bad.
I think being banned from your ERG is mad.
Yeah, I think they did too much, because that would be the group that would support her, and
I'm sure
there was divide as well. But I said she was reported, so that doesn't even mean it was the guy with the dog that even said anything.
I reckon it was him.
Fair enough.
I reckon it was him. Someone who. Why do you need to put your dog in a dress to start a debate about gender? Why don't you come in the dress to start a debate about gender?
Which would have made way more sense.
Would have made more sense. You want to start a debate? Come in a dress and let's see what people say. Crazy.
He was like, nah, dog.
It's just a nonsense. In nicer news, I saw today that Deloitte, my former employer, and I take full credit for this.
Why?
have just announced that they're going to start. They're going to have parity between maternity pay and paternity pay. So now going to be offering all staff members 6 months full pay.
That's amazing.
And they have a baby.
You know?
And the thing about Deloitte, there's a lot. It's very incestuous. So there'll be a lot of people there. I wonder if there'll be an exclusion.
Like couples.
I wonder if there'll be an exclusion if your partner works
at the same
there.
time.
Yeah, because that'll be crazy. But yeah, so women and men are both going to be getting 6 months full pay now. And it's not an environment where that's easy to do. I can't lie to you.
So that's what I was going to say. What I would want to see is the data of how, particularly the men, are taking that leave. Because, for example, at Meta, paternity was 4 months, but how a lot of the men there or fathers tended to, so they would be off for a month, come back for a month, be off for a couple of weeks, and they would literally spread out this 4 months over like a year. So it'd be interesting to see how many, you know, dads are going to, or just parents in general, are going to take that 6 months.
Because before they had 4 weeks paternity leave, but then they also had, I think, shared parental leave. They had you could have it, and I think it was paid like 2 months or 3 months. Because I know some people that are there, and I know like some people that have taken it, and it's one of those things where, you can take it, but, you know, is it going to make you popular? But now it's just the policy. If it's just a policy, like for them to say you can have up to 6 months, obviously some people won't take it, but that's the default now. Why would, I'm so sorry, it says so much about your company culture if you could offer someone 6 months full pay and they don't take it.
Do you know what? It's true.
I think that's crazy.
Yeah.
If someone feels like they can't succeed, they'll be behind when they get back. Any of these
then you
things,
have to do more than introduce that family-friendly policy.
Yes, there's something about the culture. Like
if
your employees are afraid or reluctant to take 6 months off full pay when they just had a baby, that'll be a real damn shame. It'll be a real shame.
That's why I want to see the data. I mean, it's all good and well Deloitte putting that in place. Fantastic. But I want to see how it's being used.
Yeah, how it gets used. Yeah. So it's going to be effective. It's going to be a day one right as well.
Oh, amazing.
From 1st of January.
Oh, that's lovely.
Listen,
day one right is nice.
Anybody, if you got a man, husband, a boyfriend, a sneaky link, and you think, you know, you're trying to get up the duff anytime from 1st of Jan, be sending them, be looking on the career site.
No, that is really good though from day one, because, you know, a lot of companies do ask for notice, or you're not eligible because of your length of service. So that's amazing.
Yeah, it's proper progressive.
For Deloitte in particular.
For Deloitte in particular, like, it's properly progressive. So
it's good, and it means that, you know, their competitors will hopefully, if they haven't already,
and the big four is very much like that. Like, it's very much, this person has done that person has done this, we have to do this. Like, when they started, like, one company was like, okay, we don't take A levels into consideration. Then suddenly it's we all don't take A levels into consideration.
Pick up EY.
Yeah, like we have enhanced paternity leave. Oh, now we have enhanced paternity leave. So it's very much like that.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be a really big selling point. Like, if my partner was like, oh, I've got 2 job offers and this one,
you'd be like, take that one. Yeah, it's true.
What it must be like to have a baby, and then, like, a lot of women, most women, they have a baby, they've got their partner at home for 2 weeks, full time, and then after that they're using bits and scraps of holiday, trying to take unpaid leave, having to go back to work depending on their situation, to be able to spend, you know, 6 months at home, just you two, with no obligation to go to work or anything. You can even take 1-2 kit days.
It's true.
That'd be amazing.
I think it was luck, but it wasn't luck. It was an accident. But anyway, it was lucky to be able to have my husband at home when my son was born, because it was lockdown.
Okay.
So he did have paternity, but he went back to work. But he's he's in the room. So I'm like, okay, hold your kids. It was nice. And but I did think during that time, I was like, wow, if there was no lockdown, it would literally be me and this baby, and there's nothing I could have done about it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. They need to do more on paternity.
I was really impressed by that. I thought, good. And they have a lot of people that work there. They have like 15,000 employees, and they got a lot of men.
It's good. But I guess with obviously it'll be probably in the policy and stuff, but with people taking 6 months paternity, it's not necessarily enough to do an FTC like bring someone in. So it'll be interesting as well to see how that workload is then spread if someone does decide to take 6 months.
The thing is that the bulk of the people at Deloitte are consultants. Like they
so
are
the work would just stop.
So it stops, but the way the teams work, it's like you can just always switch someone out to a client team, but they have a bench. Okay, if you know what I mean. So this person, it's Compton. Yeah, it should be. It's actually a very good company to be able to distribute the workload. Good for them.
Okay, love that. For once.
I don't tell her take full credit.
I don't know why you're trying to take full credit. Like, so confusing.
Somehow it was me.
So another story I have is 2 mixed-raced women. One,
I'm laughing. The first story was like a lesbian, so now we've got 2 mixed-race women and a lesbian walking to a bank. I don't know where we're going.
We're going through all the isms. So 2 mixed-raced women won a settlement of $95,000 after finding racial bias and inexplicable inconsistency in their employer's approach to internal recruitment. So basically, there were 2 women, Natalie and Joanna. One is a current employee, it says anyway, and the other is a former employee of Quadrant Housing Trust, and they were overlooked for a promotion in 2022. So the hiring director allegedly did not consciously treat the claimants less favourable because of race, said the tribunal, but said that what they did do was say that the hiring decision was based on a subjective view of who would fit in rather than qualifications and job suitability.
See? And that's why, you know what Alison was saying?
Yeah.
That's why all that public sector stuff is actually very good.
Yeah. So
and the housing trust should be like that, actually.
You think the hiring manager did not record all of the information provided by the 2 women at the interview. So they had not proven that the hiring decision was in no sense whatsoever to do with race. And you see, this is why you need to document, make your notes. You can't just say blah blah blah. You think HR on your back for no reason.
Anybody who's involved in recruitment, I always say this, if you ever done internal recruitment, this hiring managers, they'll be like, okay, I want to choose Sally. Okay, cool. But why do you want to choose Sally? Because you need to be able to document it. Because if, when it comes to the Equality Act as well and discrimination claims, even if you never, that's internal recruitment, so they were already employees. Mm-hmm. But even if you never got the job. I thought he was reaching out to I thought you was reaching
Oh, no.
I thought you saw something on your phone.
Sorry,
I was scared. Anyway, Velisa just reached out her hand to me and I thought she got some bad news or something.
Sorry, no.
But they were employees. But even if you never worked at the company, you could do the same thing. So if I was to come and be like, I feel like I interviewed at this company, I didn't get the job, I feel like they made a decision based on my race and my suitability and blah, blah, blah. How you prove that that's not true is you go back to the interview notes and you say, these are the notes from the interview. Yep. These are the notes I made. This is why I thought this candidate was more suitable than this candidate, blah, 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 blah. If you don't have interview notes, you really have no way to defend yourself. You have no way to show what you did. And if you're not using a good, equal criteria, just saying you thought this person was a good fit, they didn't even make notes. That means that they were just listening to you in the interview, pretty much knowing who they were going to
you're not going to get it. So the judge said basing recruitment decisions on subjective views or gut feelings increase the risk of stereotypes and unconscious bias coming into play. And they said this should be a wake-up call for organizations that have deprioritized or abandoned their equality, diversity and inclusion strategies. So they got 95K.
What's going on between them?
Yeah.
What's going on with the judges now? Who put them on the course?
I know.
Someone put these judges on a course.
It's so true.
There must be some sort of EDI, unconscious bias. There's some sort of course going on with the judges because recently they've been really switched on.
Yeah. The next one's about pregnancy, so
No, I'm liking it.
No, they're doing
I'm
amazing.
liking it. They're really doing the Lord's work now.
They are.
I wonder where those judges are that said that calling a man bold was sexual harassment.
Oh, yeah.
I want to know where they are. And if they're thriving.
Same. We should try and get a judge on. That would be amazing. I
was saying that's that would be very difficult because but I don't know if it would.
We should try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about how they make decisions. That'll be so interesting.
It'll be amazing. Like, I'd be learning on the job. It'd be amazing. We should try. Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall I do one quickly?
Yeah. Go for it.
So I saw I can't remember what publication it was. I think it was HR News. Something that basically said 9% of employees, only 9% of employees would prefer to have a Christmas party over just having the money that was spent in their pocket.
I hear that.
Yeah, so basically like 91% said they would rather have the money. Like, let's say it's like 110, 120 pounds. They would rather have that 120 pounds in their pocket.
Do you know what? When was this survey taken though? Because I feel like if it was pre-cost of living, maybe the results would have been different.
No, it was a recent survey.
Yeah, like
the
I feel
results
like
came out.
Times have changed, so.
Yeah, but I just think that's so sad. Like, I mean, it's sad to an extent, but like, it's only sad if you enjoy the Christmas party. A lot of people don't enjoy the Christmas party. You're forcing me to go out. If they just said, you can either have a Christmas party or you can have £100 voucher. That's what they were saying. It was love to shop. Obviously, there's an agenda with the research in it, but it was love to shop that did the...
Because love to shop, I'm going to be like, yeah, instead of giving your employees a Christmas party.
That's important because I feel like, there's agenda with this research. But it was Love to Shop who did it, and it ended up in HR News. And they'll be saying, like a lot of employees don't even want your Christmas party. They'd rather you just gave them £110 or whatever it was that you spent on the Christmas party.
Do you know what? I hear it and I understand because, it's Christmas time. There's presents to buy and, maybe you want to travel, Christmas market or whatever. So, give me the money. I get paid early in December.
What would you choose?
I'll pick the money.
I think I would choose the money.
I'll go for a nice meal though.
Do you know what it is? There's a big Christmas party versus Christmas lunch is different.
Oh, I love a Christmas lunch.
Yeah. Oh God,
I was showing our ass.
We said yeah.
No, I love Christmas lunch. I do. Yeah.
I love a Christmas lunch. Yeah.
Any time, any place.
I think that's much nicer. Like Christmas lunch, and because it's with your team.
Yeah, it's much nicer.
You got to vibe. 100%. You leave the office. It's 1 p.m. You ain't coming back. 100%. You know you're not coming back.
I love it.
You pack your bags. It's so nice. Yeah. Everyone's drinking, having a good old merry time. That Christmas lunch, that's enough for me.
Yeah. I don't need the Christmas party if I have the Christmas lunch.
No, I don't think it's necessary.
So give me the Love to Shop voucher.
Yeah. No, for real.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Christmas stuff are in the shops already. It's stressing me out.
Are they? Do you know what? I say are they, but I booked Lapland UK for my son and my niece in March.
Yeah, but
it's sold out. Like it's sold out in March. But I wanted to go.
Parents,
I wanted to go last year, and I thought I could go in November and go and book the tickets. They were like, "Nah, you have to come back in." Like March,
do they have a register your interest for next year?
So I had to register my interest.
I knew it.
And I was fighting for my life in March trying to get those tickets.
But your son is older now, he'll even appreciate it more.
Yeah, but it was to the point where I couldn't even get tickets in December, so we're going in November.
Really?
Yeah.
So you have to be on the day.
And let me tell you, these tickets are not cheap.
Come like Oasis tickets.
I think for me, my niece and my son, like £300. Yeah. So they better go and enjoy themselves at that place. But I don't feel no way now because it was in March.
Who's the girl? Her name is Lola. Lola, and she got a daughter called Nifemi. She took her.
Yes, that's how I saw it. I think
it was Nifemi or was it her? Yeah, it was her. I think last year they went to Lapland.
Do you know what? She's this is a real digression, but she's like besties with my cousin.
Really?
Yeah, and when my cousin told me, I had to I was like, oh, okay. But I was like, oh my God,
Nifemi. Yeah. Like, she'd been mumming. The other day she was like, oh, Nifemi wanted her doll to have a new dress. So I made her a dress from scratch. You know what she is? She's what's that girl's name?
Nara Smith.
She's the Nara Smith of mummying.
Like making Bola a new outfit.
Listen, like Nifemi said that she wanted to do so. I was like, okay.
Yeah, but no, I'm here for the Christmas lunch and a Love to Shop voucher. So if Love to Shop wanna holler at us, we'll push it.
Listen, watch his face. Watch his face. But yeah, Christmas stuff in shops is crazy now. But I guess it's September.
Yeah, it's not far to be fair. And I always say every year I'm gonna organise myself a bit better when it comes to Christmas, and I never do it. But I think it's because my birthday is a week before Christmas.
Once you have kids, I feel like you have to. Because like honestly, I have nephews now. Yeah, I actually have a new nephew.
You do.
Everyone, my sister had a baby, and that's why I was late to the studio.
She manipulated me.
It didn't even work.
No.
It didn't even work.
Lola was late, and to manipulate me, she was like, "Oh." She sent her nephew as if I'm gonna say, "Oh, okay." Like, obviously, I'm gonna.
No, but I was stopping by because I had to pick something up, and then I was like, if I can't just stop by, before I could stop by and just pick something up from the house.
But now you have to like
I have to
hug
stop,
nephew.
and then he's so cute.
But you know, it releases endorphins and stuff when you like hug a baby.
It really
and stuff.
does.
Yeah, it does.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to. I have 3 nephews, but I don't really have anyone to buy gifts for. I buy gifts for my family, but they get what they get. Like, I'm not. It's not like, oh, I have to get them this. Like, no, it doesn't work.
So
like that.
my rule is, if you are not under the age of 10, you do not get a gift.
What about your husband?
That's a bit techie.
You have to put a budget on it.
Yeah, but everyone else under 10, otherwise you're not getting anything.
Siblings.
You're grown.
Do you know what? Yeah,
I even told you should be getting stuff for my son. I shouldn't be getting you nothing.
Do you know what? Yeah, I implemented Secret Santa because I was just like, my mum always gets us all gifts, and I just feel like it's really not necessary. So I was like, okay, we all do Secret Santa.
But some people will be getting like iPads, and then other people.
No, there was a budget. There was a budget.
Okay.
So I put Secret Santa with a budget, and then everyone did the Secret Santa. Then my mum had obviously it went over her head, so she bought everybody a gift.
Oh.
And the whole reason we did the Secret Santa,
so she didn't have to do that. That is so cute.
But though. She got everybody. She got everyone. She was like, "Oh, what was?" And I said, "Mum, no, you wasn't supposed to." I said, "When you got a name, and we even did it electronically,
so that she could see the name.
When you got a name, what did you think that name was? That person got an extra gift.
Oh,
it's ridiculous.
That is so cute.
Yeah, but Secret Santa is the way to go as adults.
Yeah, that's fine. I do it sometimes, but me and 2 of my closest friends are all born in December, so
you're a December baby.
Yeah, I'm a week before Christmas, so
that one gift.
Yeah, no, I don't accept the one gift.
Huh?
I don't accept the one.
You're
gift.
over 10, so if you get one, you're lucky. By your own standards. Also, we haven't had the first live show yet, but we're definitely gonna do something at Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys just be knowing.
Lola's always making commitments for us off guard. Anyway,
always come to fruition.
So there was another case. I actually have 2 things. I might digress from doing some cases actually. So I saw something on people management, and it says 2 in 5, which is about 40% of women, believe their professional career development has been negatively impacted by a lack of support for women's health issues in the workplace. And 42% of women said they heard derogatory comments regarding a female employee's health, generally regarding them taking time off, being difficult to work with, or being able to perform their duties. So there should allegedly, anyway, it says that there should be urgent attention put towards those women's health issues. So the ones that are mentioned are pregnancy loss and menopause. And it's not on there, but I would assume it would include your menstrual cycle as well. And that people shouldn't feel uncomfortable to take time off, because another 42% of women have said they felt hindered to get a promotion or progress in general because of their health. 42% of women are calling for employers to introduce better pregnancy loss leave, and 31% are looking for other policies around pregnancy loss support, something currently offered in only 12% of workplaces. So, yeah.
I think pregnancy loss is one of those things where the support does not ever fit what has happened, because it's basically like they want to do it like compassionate leave, but I do think it's very different.
It is different.
And like, even when they brought it in Jack's law, there's an understanding about losing a child is very, but even Jack's law, 4 weeks studying for anyone for losing a child.
That's crazy.
So I think pregnancy loss is one of those things where you are just kind of expected to just get on with it. Like, I think the only time people really maybe deep it a little bit more is if it's like a very late term situation.
Yeah. Which
a late term loss.
Which shouldn't be the case, because 1 in 5 women experience miscarriage.
And I think because of that stat, it's just expected to be something that just happens and you get on with. So yeah, I think I think because it's so kind of normalized, which is good to talk about things and know that a lot of people go through things, whether it's pregnancy loss, infertility, which I'm sure is another one on of the things.
Yeah.
I think it's just so normalized now, but not, which is good to normalize it, but not good to diminish the impact that it has. They just think, oh yeah, well, it happens and you just have to come back to work. That's mad. I once had a woman, I don't know if I mentioned this on the pod, but I once had an employee call me and say she was miscarrying.
Wow.
I think I mentioned it on the pod once at the time. And we was like, okay, well, just put your hours on. We'll see you when you feel better, kind of thing. When you're like ready to return to work. She was like, no, like I just want to work. And I was just like, you don't have to work. I feel just like, well, I don't. And it was during like kind of COVID time. So what are you going to do? She was like, I'm not going to go out anyway. What am I, like, I'm basically stuck at home. Like, give me something to do. Like, I'd rather have something to do. And she works through it. And I can't, like, obviously that's her choice. And it was how she was going to focus her mind and get her mind off it. But I just couldn't believe it. But it is one of those things, like somebody could miscarry and come to work and you'll never even know.
Yeah. Well, 100%. 100%. I feel like, I won't say I made the mistake because we have a good relationship, but there was someone at work who was always talking about having her second child because she already has one. And because she's always talking about it, just and she's been going gym a lot lately as if like to prepare her body and stuff. So just off the cuff,
you always think
I was
that,
like,
isn't it? You're like, oh, she's going to the gym.
No, but she said it though. She was like, she's going gym to like, you know, prepare herself. So I was like, oh, you ready for number 2? And then she was like, oh, I had a miscarriage. And her body had changed and I hadn't even noticed because like she's always in like jeans and stuff. And it was like, even the physical change that pregnancy has on you, and then
not having a baby.
Even that, like the reminder versus not having it is like crazy. And she just like, honestly, like she just carried on like normal.
Yeah. At least on the surface is how she
on
appeared,
the surface. Yeah. Like she just, you wouldn't have known.
Even infertility, like I know somebody who had so many, she struggled with infertility. She said her journey online anyway, but she struggled with infertility for years, and then she had got pregnant and she'd lost a couple. And this, like, the physical effects is one thing, but the kind of psychological, the mental, the impact it has on your mental health is crazy, especially if it's something that you want so badly. And I just think even just going through that, like some people have multiple miscarriages or they're struggling just to conceive, and it's like, it's literally the only thing that you, like she said, it's the only thing that she could think about. So she goes to work and she can't even focus. Work.
And there's not enough support in place in the workplace for things like that to happen. Even, to be fair, like, of course there isn't going to be enough support for things like that when there isn't even enough support for somebody who's on their period or has endometriosis or has or has PCOS. There isn't even support in place for those women, let alone someone going through something as traumatic as a loss of pregnancy. Even menopause, like it's just, well, they've started now.
Even the day-to-day stuff. I think, you know, they said like hearing people make comments and stuff. I think especially in the roles that we do, I think we would be less likely to hear it now. But definitely before I moved into HR, and I definitely know it still happens, people talking about, oh God, it's time of the month. Like someone takes time off. Like even if you are someone who suffers with endometriosis, or even if you just have really painful periods for whatever reason, you might have fibroids, you could have had, you know, anything.
So many things,
and you maybe you do have to take a day or two off every month around the same time. People can look down on you for that, or they can be like, oh God, again, like it's just a period kind of thing, like not appreciating that is different for everybody. That person may really be suffering, and I can imagine it would be something that would make people take you less seriously, which is really sad.
But can't if you experience, for example, if you have endometriosis and it literally stops you from physically getting on with your day and becoming bedbound, and this is something you've dealt with for X amount of years or time, it can be classed as a disability, right?
I think so. It can be, because it's a long-term thing. But whether most women
would actually do that,
I don't think so. I think it's one of those things where you wouldn't think, I've got endometriosis. It's not a disability in that sense, so it wouldn't trigger in people's minds. And also there's a lot of shame in terms of like, you don't want to be like, oh, making a big deal. I've got endometriosis. Like people have made it feel like a trivial thing that a lot of women wouldn't even necessarily feel so comfortable to come say it.
but it's really not a trivial thing. But yeah, there should be more in place for employers to make women feel more comfortable that they can take time off without being penalized or, you know, being looked at funny, whatever it is, for any reason. I feel like they are trying with menopause though. I'll give them that.
They are. It's the latest like faddy thing.
It is.
It's the latest faddy thing. We've got a menopause policy where it says that you can have an extra day off a month or something.
But I can't remember if it was you or it was Sarah Alonge when she came on to the podcast and said it's because the women who are now, you know, the leaders, basically, these women are now going through menopause. They're not, you know, they're not having children anymore. So it's not about maternity. It's not about that stuff.
The EDI leaders.
All of them, like, it's all about the hot flushes and stuff. So now they're like, oh my gosh, like we need to do more for menopause.
But there's always been women who went through it. They just got on with it, isn't it? But now maybe because people are more aware.
Yeah.
Because
I know quite a few companies now that offer, I think, up to 4 weeks off for menopause. Yeah. Yeah,
I know some people that are perimenopausal and they're just like, it's hard.
Yeah, of course, it'd be the fads. Oh my gosh, when I worked at John Lewis, there was some woman there. She was going through menopause and like it was so annoying. Like, we're hot, she's cold. Yeah. She's cold, we're hot. Like, I was just like, nah, this is. And she was so snappy. Like, she was so snappy when she was going through menopause. But I actually liked the fact that she didn't hide it from us young girls. Like, she was just, I think she was about to turn 60 because she banged on about turning 60 and going to Portugal. But I like the fact that she was actually open to girls. I'm going through menopause, like I'm hot. I do find it. I find it really helpful, and even that, just the hormonal changes and having to manage that. Someone's talking rubbish in your ear about something that don't matter, and you're going through, whether it's menopause, whether it's pregnancy, whether it's whatever it is, you're going through all these changes in your body, and your hormones are all over the place. And you just want to tell them to shut the F up, but you can't. You're a professional. Yeah, honestly, and it gets really hard. And I'll be open. Since having my son, my periods feel better, as in like they're very, you know, they're cool, they're all right. But my PMS, oh my gosh.
It's up.
The amount of times I've had to apologize to my husband and say, do you know,
you're the people from the memes. I get all those memes, like me going back to my husband to
I'm like,
apologize.
I'm sorry, man. Like, to the point now that I recognize it and I just keep quiet.
Yeah.
Because I know nothing is going to come good from me opening my mouth. Yeah. It's so bad.
Self-awareness. Self-aware queen.
So bad. So even when I'm in certain like investigations and stuff at work, I've had to really, because if they're irritating me by something they're doing or saying, I will just keep quiet. Yeah. It's for the best. It's really changed like this. It's not good.
Really?
But yeah. You
have a son. So. Light of your life and everything.
He is. But I mean, I'm thankful for my periods being, you know, they don't bother me.
Everybody
at all.
else has to suffer.
But
now.
Yeah, basically, it's everyone else that has to feel my wrath. So sorry, guys. It's what it is.
Was there one more that you want to talk about?
Yeah, so staying on the topic of pregnancy, a pregnant woman received, do you know what? It was supposed to be 37,000 that she was supposed to be awarded, and it got increased to 350,000.
What? Sorry, why?
I don't even know if it's clear why, but
something crazy must have happened for that to.
So basically, the story is, I have so many screenshots on my thing, which is not good.
I've got a screenshot I want to show you. It's Bree's before and after.
Oh, wait, what?
Bree, her before and after.
Oh, before surgery.
Yeah, but she's very transparent about it, but I was just like, I couldn't believe it.
I don't even have it open. I might have to.
Whilst you're looking. Whilst you're looking.
I found it.
Yeah, I found it too.
No way. That's the same person.
Yeah.
She wasn't even bad, but she just looks like a completely different person. That's body dysmorphia because there was nothing wrong with her.
No, but it's not body dysmorphia. She just wanted to look different.
Why though? She literally changed her whole ethnicity.
But look at her eyes are the same. I said she didn't do her lips. There was somebody, this video.
She definitely did her lips.
No, this video was this woman talking about all the things that she thinks she's had done, and she commented on the video and was like, "Yeah, like I'm super transparent. These are the things I've done, but I actually haven't done my lips. I just didn't know how to smile back then."
Oh, really? Wow.
Where's she from?
I don't know. Crazy.
Anyway, sorry.
So yeah, a pregnant account manager who was discriminated against when her boss described her as very emotional and tearful in an email has had her total award from the employment tribunal increased from 37,000 to more than 350k. So Nicola, her payout was increased after additional information was provided by the respondent, meaning the claimant's loss of earnings were factored in the end. So they weren't in the beginning.
So additional information was provided. So the person should sue and provide additional information.
That made it go to 350. The
employer provided more information, probably thinking they were going to reduce it, and they put it up. That's crazy.
To bloody
maybe
6 figures.
They didn't take into account commissions and all of those kind of things.
Maybe.
Because an account manager, there might have been some commission or something in there.
But basically, the pregnant lady she'd been there a couple of years, and she had good performance. Like, she was described as dedicated and stuff in her performance reviews. But while she was pregnant, she was struggling a lot with her role. She felt like she was experiencing work-related stress, and her employers never did any, accommodations for her or did an assessment to see, what else she needed and things like that. And then basically her manager sent an email to the head of operations and someone else. This is me really cutting down the story, where he described her as tearful and emotional. And that email was sent to tribunal. Like, it wasn't omitted.
How did she find out about that?
I think that's the additional information that was sent.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was all about her not getting accommodations and having to deal with. So she's an account manager, so she deals with Sainsbury's, for example, and people like that. And those people were stressing her out. So that was what her thing was all about. And then this information about her being tearful and emotional came out as well.
I wonder how they factored in the loss of earnings anyway, either way.
Yeah, it doesn't say. I wanted to know, but it doesn't say.
That's very interesting. 350k is crazy. I wonder does it say what her salary was?
No, that's what I was looking for. Okay. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, because that would have made a big difference. Because if she's on a 100k salary, then that makes a lot more sense than if she's on a 35k salary. I can read your mind right now.
Me? What?
Godwin.
350k that is so sweet. That kid is set now.
Yeah, she can actually take some time off if she wants to anyway. If not, she can just go and once the tax man finishes with that way. But it's the damages, because if it's I wonder what, because like sometimes damages is tax free, but I don't know if loss of earnings is tax free. I don't know. It
doesn't say, but basically the judge said that in not undertaking a risk assessment for the claimant during her pregnancy, the respondent was in breach of its duty of care to the claimant, in breach of its statutory obligations in matter, and in contravention of its own documented policy, procedure and guidance. And the judge continued to say, whether through a lack of relevant training or lack of thought and attention, or because he failed to prioritise such issues or simply assumed that others would take responsibility for them, he failed to ensure that the organisation discharged its responsibilities to the claimant. So all of this stuff added. And then he referred to the email that was sent on the 16th of October describing her as emotional and tearful. And the judge said this was stereotyping her as an emotional, hormonal pregnant woman, and that in the particular circumstance, the description was dismissive and belittling. Nah, these judges training.
I love it.
Who's training them?
I love it. But also, whoever forgot to do a risk assessment for a pregnant employee?
Can you imagine?
That's really basic.
And also, she is a pregnant person who told them, I'm having panic attacks. I'm stressed by other people at work. And you didn't think to
not even one. No, but not even one. You do risk assessment throughout. Like, things are changing. Okay, let's do a next risk assessment.
Nothing.
Risk assessment is the first thing you do. It's like a tick box exercise. Even some managers know they have to do a risk assessment for a pregnant employee.
It's a FTSE 250 facilities management giant.
But what's the name of the company?
Oh God, I don't know how to say it. I don't want to.
Is it
Mighty?
It's Mighty.
What's Mighty?
It's like a facilities construction.
Oh, is that the red writing with white?
MITIE.
Yeah, is that red writing with white background?
I don't know, but it's like a big company, and then they do facilities construction. It's a construction and facilities company, I think.
Well, shame on them.
That's crazy. No risk assessment. They will have a big HR team. Someone from Mighty might even be listening to this. I wonder if anyone from there is coming to our live show.
Yeah,
no, but they're a big company.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Damn.
But I wonder what it is if you know what it is? It's probably that the HR team told the manager to do the risk assessment and they didn't do it. Because there's no way you have a HR team that size and they don't do risk assessments routinely.
That's crazy.
But also you're supposed to get the risk assessment
But also
back.
on the email where he said she's tearful, emotional, whatever, the head of operations was CC'd on that email, and you didn't think,
No.
That's crazy.
You know that poem, Not My Business? It was an anthology. It's a Nigerian author, that's why I remember.
AQA?
Yeah. And basically the poem is called Not My Business. It's like, it's all about Nigeria and these like people are taking his neighbours, and he's basically like, it's not my business as long as they don't take the yam from my savouring mouth until they show up on your lawn to come and take you. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how it is in a lot of in places. It's like, boy, they let them say what they want as long as it's not me. If someone does it to you, you'll realise that's not right.
Yeah.
But then if it's not you, it's like, boy, it's not my business.
Crazy. But yeah, she won.
Good for her.
Yeah. Love that for her.
What do you think, before we wrap up, about going to tribunal? Because one thing that like stops a lot of people from going to tribunal, if their employer doesn't want to settle with them, is their name being out there in the public and the story. And obviously if you win or if you lose, to be honest, more time, obviously the employer did something to you. If it's not just you're just wasting time.
Yeah.
But even if you don't win, your name's still there. Even if you do win, your name is still there. Like, how would you feel about that? As you're someone doesn't have like a name that everybody has.
Yeah. Yes, that's why I would feel
So
away.
it would be Google, you'd be at the top.
They'd know straight away that it's me. In all honesty, I would only go if I knew like I was gonna win.
Yeah.
If I win and my name's out there, fair enough.
Yeah.
But to lose and my name be out there,
But even
crazy.
winning and your name being out there,
I don't mind,
a lot of employers will be afraid.
Yeah, especially as a HR person.
Yeah.
But I don't mind. It depends on how much I was gonna win too.
Do you know what? I think I would go at this point. Yeah, I would go to tribunal.
Yeah, because for you to go at this point, it must be very bad.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would go. What I would do in the ideal world is I would secure a job
And then go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because then I'm in a job already. I'll go secure a job.
Do what you want.
Make sure I do good at that
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
It's never going to come up again or whatever. And then the next employer after this one has to be the one to, I've got to stay at this company for a long time.
Yeah. So the timeline's okay.
Yeah. But that's what like companies use, like, your name will be, I've heard companies use it as a scare tactic.
Well, I've the first company that I ever worked at for HR, we actually ended up hiring someone, and we found out after the fact that it was a thing for them to go to tribunal. Yeah, like we were like, okay, we looked them up, and his name had come up a lot, and we knew it was him because it matched, like the company's match. And I was like, I think he just makes a living out of this.
I told you I dated someone who took their last 3 employers to tribunal.
You did.
When I found out, I was like, yeah,
It activated.
bin. I think at that point it's definitely you.
Gosh.
Okay, cool. I think that's us at time.
Yeah, that was a nice HR episode.
Yeah, the last 2 episodes have been very long, and we have spoken about HR stuff, but not in our normal
way.
By the time we record next week's episode, by the time the next episode comes out,
we would have done our live show. We would have
had the live show.
Yeah, how scary right now.
Crazy. Yeah, because everything's completely organised and ready for that.
My makeup appointment's booked.
My makeup appointment booked as well.
Yeah. And my lashes.
Yeah, I'm going to get my lashes redone before.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, top up.
Yeah. See, look, our priorities are straight.
If you guys get food when you get there, you get
We're just kidding.
No. You have food, drink, vibes, entertainment. Yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah. Comment, like, subscribe.
See you at
Tell
the show.
a friend.
See you in a few days.
Yes, literally. See you. That's a wrap.